Well, the QIPCO 2000 Guineas is a race that Sheikh Fahd and his brothers have been sponsoring for over a decade now. And the reason that they wanted to sponsor that race as part of British Champion Series is that it's the first classic of the year. It's the race that makes stallions. It forges the breed. And so a decade after sponsoring it, to be able to have the fastest ever winner of the 2000 Guineas was a dream come true. And it's a dream come true now to see the full cycle and those first 2-year-olds running this year.
Kameko, the far side of him, going through to lead late on. Kameko's won.
Well, the 2000 Guineas is just such a rich history in producing top-class racehorses. It's a very important race. I think to go to the Guineas with a chance, they must have had a meaningful 2-year-old career or be exceptionally good to negate the experience they might have learnt at 2. But it's a fantastic test of speed and balance that Newmarket provides. Obviously, it still remains one of the races that we, as trainers or anyone involved, breeders and owners and jockeys, obviously would dearly love to win.
One more time out.
Kameko came to us, was a little bit of a slow burner through the spring as a 2-year-old himself. He didn't really start fast to work until we got into June, and then it became very obvious that he had raw ability. I don't think he made his debut until sort of end of June, early July. So he wasn't a naturally precocious 2-year-old or an early 2-year-old, but he ended up obviously winning a Group 1 and possibly a little unlucky in both the Solario and the Royal Lodge. So he was a very high-class 2-year-old. Although he wasn't an obvious Ascot 2-year-old, he ended up being having a very useful 2-year-old career.
Kameko's let down magnificently since he finished racing. He's put on 150 kilos probably. He's just all muscle, all presence. Obviously, as stallions develop, then they develop different muscles, some of which are neck and shoulder are the main area you see a difference. When you see him, he's all front and presence now.
I think Kameko's got every chance of making a really good career as a stallion because he had such a wonderful attitude to his work and to his racing. He was a very sound horse. I don't think we ever had the vet look at him apart from routine scopes and vaccinations. And he just had a wonderful engine, the capacity to sort of to sustain a stride length like he did and a speed. He was an elite horse, and hopefully he'll turn out being an elite stallion as well.
Kameko's been superbly supported by European breeders, and he now has horses running globally. He's got horses in Hong Kong, horses in Japan, as well as a good smattering of horses all across the leading stables in Europe. Kameko's got about 100 2-year-olds in training, which gives him a serious chance of becoming a leading first season sire and then hopefully a leading classic sire in his own image. And they are with all the leading trainers in Europe.
I've sat in quite a lot of them. Yeah, they seem very nice so far anyway, what they're doing at home. If they can replicate that in the track, I think he's got a very exciting year ahead. They're all quite similar. They're great movers and they've got great minds. They've really good minds, which is a great sign in a horse. And colts, fillies, they're all the same. Straightforward, nice movers and quiet to ride, which is always a bonus. So no, they're so far so good.
The Kamekos we got in at the moment, he very much has stamped them, and the lovely thing about them, they've all been very straightforward, seem to relish their work, which he did too, and are just making really pleasing progress at this early days, obviously, but just at this moment in time, they're probably showing, a couple of them are showing a little bit more speed than he did at the same stage, but hope if they continue like he did, they'll only get better from July onwards.
Our thoughts on Kameko's 2-year-olds are that we are aligned with our hopes, really, that they are exactly in his image, have his wonderful can-do, must-do, anything to help you attitude, and the trainers that have them all comment on how much they love training them.